Alright, so based on our conversation, so these are 4-inch eye bolts here. And these are all the same all the way around, but the difference is, I'll show you. Here I use a 2-nut method, so there's only a little bit of thread sticking out top, and there's a lot sticking out on bottom. And on these ones here, I just threaded it all the way into the eye hits the aluminum, and you see that difference on top. But around the bottom here, these are all 4-inch eye bolts. The top here, these are 6-inch from top to bottom, and I originally went that method because the original design that I had, these pieces were a lot lower, and I had some interference things I was working with. So I made this 6 inches. The good thing about this being 6 inches is that when you're taking it up and putting it down and you have to reach around the inside of the track here to get the piece, it makes it a little bit easier because it's closer to the rope, so I don't have to lift it higher. If I use a 4-inch eye bolt here, I just got to lift it 2 inches higher, and then my hand is going to be closer, a little bit closer down here, maybe like right about here, say, trying to push this thing in and getting it up on the rope. But if it makes a difference either way, you could probably go with all the same size eye bolts. They're all 3/8. I guess just real quick, I'll put a shopping list together for you too. But outside of these 2 beams, which is just held together by two bolts, 1/4-inch bolts here, about 2.5 inches. You got these angles. This is again the same this is about 2 1/4-inch bolt here. A couple of small screws here holding these wheels on. These wheels, I use 1/4-inch bolts. Some of these I used 1/4-inch bolts, some of these I didn't. So here I just used little nuts and screws there. This one here I actually use 1/4-inch bolts going all the way through. I don't necessarily know if there's a difference. These ones I had to use the 1/4-inch bolts because I doubled up on the material here, only because these beams are on top of each other instead of flush side, and I needed all the wheels to line up flat along the side here. So on both sides here I had to put an extra piece of aluminum. And then this is 1/2-inch plywood, this is 3/4-inch plywood, and then I have fasteners going all the way around in addition to the eye bolt that comes through for support. And we'll probably want to put a couple more fasteners around the outside here. That's originally where they were, but this is flexing a little bit. So some more fasteners around the outside is necessary. Right now all we have is 1 fastener. This is going towards the eye bolt, and then 1 more fastener. I had them all on the inside here, but that interfered when I moved the track on the inside. It interfered with the wheel movement, so I had to take all those out. So anyway, and the only other thing on the top is use a piece of aluminum here to prevent this from flexing in areas where the 3/4-inch plywood wasn't reinforcing on the outside. And that's it. And the only thing, this is just the same fastener from the bottom that just goes straight through. That's basically the whole material list. I'll write it up for you and see what we can figure out for a cost.